So my pick for the winner of the Champions League 2023 is... Hey guys, it's your boy Zach, back with another video. Today we're looking at the Champions League first playoff round. Now, we got some big teams in there. We're gonna go through them, talk about them one by one, and then at the end, I'm gonna tell you who I think is gonna win the whole goddamn thing. So let's just get right into it. First, massive match, PSG versus Bayern Munich. Now, if you ask me, this is probably gonna be the match of the round. Personally, I think PSG is going to win this one, but Bayern is definitely a crazy strong team, and a lot of people have them as Champions League winning contenders. Problem for me is just that Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar are just so good together this season. They just seem to complete each other. So if you ask me, there's no way any other team against them in this round, I will put them above. That list definitely is short. You can also say that Bayern is missing a lot of star power. So for me, PSG going through, winning that match, and on to the next round. Milan versus Tottenham. Personally there, I think Milan will win. That's just because Tottenham has had a terrible season. They've been struggling, but you have to give it to them. They have played well in the Champions League. They had that last game week in their group where literally everyone in the group was going in and out of qualification. Milan, on the other hand, has had an okay season. They lost 2 games against a terrible Chelsea side, so it's really difficult to say who's going to win this one. This one really could go both ways, but I'm saying Milan just because of recent form. Then, to me at least, the most important game. Dortmund versus Chelsea. Now this is an incredibly important game for Chelsea. We get to have João Felix back. We also get to see how all our new signings work in a Champions League match. And we're also not as much injury prone at that point, if you ask me. So I really hope that we can get through it and have an amazing game. You have to remember that Dortmund impressed against City defensively, even though they lost one game unluckily with that Haaland last minute finish. And on the other hand, Chelsea are on their way up again. If you look at the season they're in, both teams are doing terrible. Chelsea are doing terrible. Dortmund are having a struggling season. And when you look at the team, it doesn't really look that good, especially if you exclude Bellingham. So there, I'm going to go with my gut and look at the players we've signed and give it to Chelsea. But I will give an honorable mention to Aller because he's back, and you know, it's so good to see him back winning, beating cancer. So I do kind of hope he scores, but at the same time, he proved last season that he's really good in the Champions League, so that could really screw us over. But yeah, I'm saying Chelsea to win that and going on. Next one, Club Brugge versus Benfica. Now, in my opinion, this is going to be an easy win for Benfica. Benfica looked like a really amazing team in the group stage. I think they could go far, just dependent on their sheer will and how they impressed. But this is only if they keep the form. They haven't really sold any players this transfer window, which is why I think they could really stick up there and get further. Then we got Frankfurt versus Napoli. Now, this is also one that I feel like is easy. Napoli, their season right now is doing amazing. They could very well even win the Champions League, and they've almost already won their own league. They played amazingly in the group stage. They're an extremely strong defensive side and have attacking power, but Frankfurt surprised everyone getting this far. But in my opinion, this is where their luck will end. Then we got one massive game against 2 different titans, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. The rematch of the Champions League final last season. Now, right now Liverpool is a mess. They're struggling. They're having a really difficult season. Madrid, on the other hand, are doing well in the title race against Barcelona in La Liga. Benzema is coming back and he's trying to prove himself this season again as the incredible goal merchant he was in the Champions League last season. I really hope to see that again. So I'm saying Madrid to win, but I would not be surprised if Liverpool wins one of the games because they have a tendency to turn up in the Champions League. Then we got Inter versus Porto. This one again is a game that could go both ways. Neither has really had an amazing season. Both are top 6-ish in their own league. I would say Porto is going to win this, but that is purely on recent form. Not much more there to say. Then we got Leipzig versus City. This one should be easy to win for City and just go straight to the next round. I really want to see Haaland score a few goals in these games and just push himself even further up because I really wanted to win the Ballon d'Or this year, and he really needs to impress in the Champions League if he wants to contest with, you know, Messi and Mbappe. We've been thinking about the World Cup. But personally, I have a feeling that this could be a surprise upset or a very close match because you have to remember that Leipzig actually won and beat Real Madrid in a game they had. Now, that's all the matches. Now I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win the whole thing. But remember, There is after this round another draw, so the two people I say that are going to go to the final might even meet before or go out, so it's not sure. But if this happens, these are the two teams I think will meet in the final and who I think will win. So my pick for the winner of the Champions League 2023 is
Balotelli, Aguero!
Manchester City. Now, yeah, I know what you think. They always bottle it, those will, but yeah. But it'll be Real Madrid versus City in the final match. I just think City has proven in the Prem this season that even if they're having a terrible game, they can come back. They've done it maybe 3-4 times now. And looking at City players when it comes to the Champions League last season, the spark they just give off, and I hope they keep that this year. That will be amazing. So yes. And then on the other hand, Real Madrid is just a solid side. Benzema back now. They've been struggling for a while without Benzema, but the young talent they have and the team just around looks amazing. So I really think they will push far. But don't be surprised if Napoli even gets to the final this year. Those are the team I'm watching closely. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. That's the end of the video. Leave a comment what you think is gonna happen, and peace.